Greetings, my beloved. Welcome to my digital empire. This is Welete Kidan. So, I just wanted to deliver some of the warnings that I received from Spirit. Actually, it was given to me in a dream world. The message was precisely to be conscious of the people that I call my friends, the people that I invite into my inner circle or outer experiences, you see. Now, people gossiping about you, or just trying to, what do you call it, pull off a drama, so to kill your time or to grab your attention. It's a normal thing, okay? When you are a leader, you are putting in a position where you're just sitting on a chair and just observing everyone doing their thing. Either it's losing themselves or just becoming themselves. You are the observer. Learning from history, the history of Ethiopia, queens and kings would just sit in their big chairs and they throw a party for the mass, for the people, for the nation. And then people would come over to the party. Some of them eat, some of them get drunk, some of them flirt, some of them dance, some of them sing, some of them perform for the king and queens. What are the kings and queens doing in that moment? Just sitting and observing. That's how I see myself. I'm just observing others, the people I know, either they are on this mission or not, or they are connected to me or not, or they are connected to me, and but like I have to let them go. Whatever the case is, I am just observing from that space of grace. Like a Bible verse was told to me about being a gracious woman. If you are being led by your emotions, especially as a woman, it's a disaster because we are emotional beings in nature. There has to be a balance in how we show our emotions, in how we process our emotions, emotional intelligence in general. So, but the dream was deeper than that. I saw some people that I actually like in my awakening process. The more I become myself, the people who are not a vibrational match to that truth, to that light, have fell off on their own. I didn't even have to talk to them or do anything, or they don't have to do anything at all. It's just they fell off. Maybe they believe that we felt or we had a misunderstanding, but how I see is not that. It's just they were not a match to my vibration. I wasn't a match to their vibration. How can you stand side by side when you are healing and someone is insisting to suffer, when someone is insisting to play small? How can you go big in their presence? So one of you have to go, and it's just, it happens naturally and effortlessly. I love those people, and that's it, right? But it's deeper than that, because I know most of you who are on a mission from the Most High are like, even though whether you know that you are on a mission from him or from God, for that matter, it's the same thing or not, I know that you are out there traveling in different places, looking for opportunities, waiting to meet people, right? Like attracting people that are interested in your work, in your project, in what you have to offer. But at the same time, you have to be careful of who you are attracting in each moment. Not everything that looks nice on the surface is nice, actually. Do you have any idea how many people, how many companies and individuals are actually working to tear apart Africa? When you are in Africa, it might seem like everyone loves Africa and the culture of Africa, cares for Africa, but that's not simply the truth. I know some organizations, I've met them. Jah would tell me their intentions. I met people who are in a complete opposite position to this mission, like who are actually like, it's not even as simple as not approving this mission, but wanted to tear it down. So you don't know how you are going to attract these people to you. And just if you are all about the instant impression, I can tell you an example. For example, like this morning, I woke up and I happened to be with this sister in the same place. She is a host of that place that I picked to stay in. So I'm staying there for a few days. So this girl, she saw my potential, but she doesn't believe that she has that potential herself too. Okay, so she doesn't understand how the weight of who I am. She just understand it on the surface. So she saw my enthusiasm, she saw my knowledge, and she thought linking me up with this person would be appropriate. And that person is an Ethiopian priest who came to Rwanda to meet the president, and he actually met the president of Rwanda. So for her, she was giving me such a big opportunity by connecting me with that kind of person. Okay, so she said that I want to introduce you to this person, to this man. I asked her who he is, and she said he's a priest. He can pray for you. And I told her I don't need anyone to pray for me because I know how to actually converse with God. And that's how I heal myself. That's how I solve my problems. And I don't want someone to come to me with a mentality of offering me something, helping me with something. What I want to attract is a team vibe. What I want to attract is a person that can actually understand my potential and want to meet that potential, right? So I told her that, but despite what I said, she decided to give it to him my number, and he called me and he introduced me himself as an Ethiopian priest. And I told him, why do you need to call me? What's your best interest? Right? I don't understand her best interest, what interest she has in us communicating, but can I ask you, when she gave you my number, why did you call me? What's the reason? He said, I just want to get to know you. And I told him I'm not interested in being known by a stranger, except that stranger sent to me by God or by someone who understands my weight and what I have within myself. So, except otherwise, it's based on a common understanding of why we are in each other's lives. I don't want a stranger to call me to ask me about what I like, what I don't like, what food I want to have and stuff like that, because I have more important things to do with my time and energy, right? I know myself enough to not be told by anyone who I am. I'm not looking for someone to explain to me what should I want or stuff like that, you see? So he said that I am a father, I have a wife. He became defensive like that. And my impression of priests and bishops in Ethiopia, actually, and the religion, the church in Ethiopia, the people in the church is awesome, it's healing, it's ancient, but the people in the church are thieves. That's why I had to grow up in a poor neighborhood, because we were stolen our resources, our money by the church, by the people who are inside the church, not the church, but the people who are claiming to be divine more than the community. And people gave their power away. I saw people giving their power away, and it's still happening to these people, to pray for them, to heal them, when these people are actually just thieves who are taking advantage of the innocence of Ethiopians, the Ethiopian people. So my impression of these priests and bishops and servants of God in church, in Ethiopian church, they are not genuine. 100% of them aren't genuine. And even if there is 1% of them who are authentic in their service, I am sure it's because they are educated. So the person that was sent to me is not educated, okay? But just because he's made the president of Rwanda, she thought that he would be the best thing for my mission. No, do not ever mix yourself up with something that's like, what do you call it? Suspicious, like it's with something that's, what do you call it? There is a right word for this. It's fishy, like it's not, I know it's still not the exact word that I want to use in this case, but you know what I mean. How can someone be illiterate and religious the way that he claims to be, to a point where he actually claims to heal people from anything, and yet have the chance, the possibility to meet the president? How does this happen? How is religion and politics go hand in hand? And also, what brought him what gave this man, this priest, the opportunity to manifest a connection with the president? What did they have in common anyway? So you see, this is how you get yourself in trouble, because you are dealing with something that you don't fully grasp just based on just instant impression you know so I told her, who is the president? The president is just a person like you and me. This priest is just a person like you and me. When are we gonna stop giving ourselves, our power away to rich people, to people with status? These people are the same people. They just manage to be where they are. Either they've manifested it with their brain, or they have manifested the opportunity. They are where they are, either negatively or positively. It's up to them, it's their life. But for you, my dears, since you are traveling and you have pure intentions of actually growing with Africa, helping the community in Africa, like making Africa one village, the one village that she has always been, please be careful of who you are inviting into your life, and try to understand the depth of who they are and what they are standing for, because the more powerful you become, the people that you attract into your life are also equally or in a different way powerful. Okay, even the devil has its own intelligence. The energy, the darkness has its own intelligence and connectivity to the people that choose to ground that darkness inside their bodies, inside their spirit. So know what cards you are dealing, guys. Let's know what cards we are dealing, because it's a game. We are playing a game, okay? Like being on a mission, whether you know it or not, it's a game. It's politics somehow. It's spiritual. It comes in layers. So if you aren't aware of the people that you are manifesting and what they are standing for, be sure to putting yourself in trouble. And this is the warning that was given to me in a dream world. This is the warning that I actually saw the instant manifestation of, because this woman, she cared for me, she valued me, because I tried to heal her, but yet she doesn't know her power and she chose to stay small. She was going to drag me into that energy by actually calling on people who claim to know, who claim to be smarter, wiser than I am, when the opposite is true. So somehow, just I want you to ask how you are giving your power away. What are the things that you can do that you are allowing others to do for you? Because you are lazy, or because you are sabotaging yourself, or because you are desperate, because you think that you have problems. Unless you know the plan that God has for you, I don't know how it's even possible to make a move. For me, I sat in a meditation last night. Ancestors told me what the next step is for me, what to do, and I am clear about what the next step is in my life, just because I listened to myself and I know what God's plan is for me. And being on a mission is not always easy, it's not always fun. Sometimes you have to stretch yourself, you have to stretch your mind, right, to just do what's important, what's crucial in the moment. So I'm telling you, wrong manifesting the right people at the wrong time, it's not a way to go about it. Being in the right place at the wrong time, it's not still good. It could be the right time, but how it's going to be manifested in your presence is when you least expect it. Don't try to predict how the universe is going to bless you, is going to give you opportunity. That's not how it works. It's unknown. Just be comfortable in the unknown. Just love yourself in the unknown. Take action when you have to. Go to places when you have to. But in the meantime, you really have to look within yourself and understand your energy and your spirit, so that you don't end up attracting the opposite of that without even knowing it, to a point of either being manipulated by them, or like being used by them, and many more. It can be dangerous. Jordan Peterson says the shadow goes down to hell. You don't know what others people's shadow is capable of doing. For me, I don't even have friends at this moment. It's just only two people that I consider as my friends, as my close spiritual family. Okay, I don't even have friends because of envy. For so many people, envy is a big problem now. If you haven't seen my video I made about my experience with the soul group in Ethiopia, everything, I lost that soul group and things just went terribly wrong because of envy, because of the envy that other men in that group felt towards my soulmates. So they had to tell lies about me, and he heard that lie, and he took action based on that. He rejected me based on that because he was never meant to be for me. The person that was meant for you would not give into the gossips or bad reputations that you have. They care enough to actually ask you questions, to actually get to know you. They invest themselves in their energies. Even if it's just them that knows the truth of you, they go all the way to do that. Okay? So he agreed to the gossip because there was a part of him that's not doing the work already. So they have already just put a little bit of gas on the fire that was already burning. Okay, so envy is a problem in this mission. One of the limitations that I see in most people, men and women equally, is envy and jealousy. And it's about the unhealed inner child. As long as the inner child is not healed enough, be sure that envy and jealousy is going to follow you everywhere. Because how many times have we been competitive when we were children? We were told to become the winners. Even society, how we were raised in classes, if you are number one, if your rank is number one, you are glorified, you are put in the pedestal, right? So we were raised with that kind of ego. That's why we feel the need to compete with our friends. Who's got a better woman? Is it you or me? Even especially in men, what I see is whose girlfriend is more beautiful, whose girlfriend is more capable, who is more taller than the other, or like who makes more money than this one. It's like, it's some low level shit, guys. You are better than this. And woman also, comparing yourself to your friends, just stop doing that. Just focus on what you have to offer to this world. Focus on your divine talents and gifts, and it should be enough. If you were being yourself, if you were living from a space of love, you wouldn't feel the need to compare yourself to each other, to be envy of your friend to a point where you just want to gossip about them, when you want to come up with a scenario that never happened about them, to tear apart the connections that they have with other people. Just mind your business. Be careful of what kind of energy you're attracting because of desperation, not enoughness, because of not listening to yourself enough to know what the deal is actually, to have the clarity of God's plan for you. Please be careful. It's just, I wanted to say this for all of you because, not to create fear in you or not to, like, intimidate you with anything, but just call this a loving warning, because that's how I interpreted it when it came from the universe. It was a loving warning for me. So consider it the same for you also. Rastafari. Selassie.